Hello and welcome to my channel Pharmacy in Depth, where we will talk about pharmacy related topics in detail. Today's topic is sterilization. So let's see what is sterilization and what are different methods of sterilization. So let's start the video. Sterilization is a process of complete destruction of all microorganisms present in a system, and the product free from all organisms is called a sterile product. Now let's have a look at some confusing terms which sound similar but have different meanings. Like antiseptics, they are substances which prevent the growth of microorganisms by inhibiting their activity without destroying them. They are applied on living tissues. Disinfectants, which are substances which kill microbes without destroying bacterial spores, and they are applied on inanimate objects. Bactericides, which kills bacteria, and bacteriostatics, which retard the growth of bacteria without killing them. Now let's understand some terms associated with sterilization, like D value, which is the time required at specific temperature pressure condition to reduce the microbial population by 1 decimal or 90%. Z value, which is the number of degrees in Celsius or Fahrenheit required to change the D value by a factor 10. And F value, which is the number of minutes required to kill a known population of microbes completely. It is generally taken as 12 times of D value. Coming to the methods of sterilization, we have physical methods, chemical methods, and mechanical methods. In physical methods, we have dry heat, moist heat, and radiation sterilization. In chemical methods, we have sterilization by heating with bactericide and gaseous sterilization. And mechanical methods, we have various filters. So let's see each method in detail. So let's start with first type of methods, which are physical methods, in which we have first technique by dry heat sterilization. It kills microbes and spores basically due to oxidation of essential cell components. In this, we heat a material at 160 degrees for 2 hours. This is basically done by using a hot air oven, which is a double walled jacketed chamber consisting of shelves to keep the material. It has a heating element at the bottom and a fan to circulate the hot air inside the chamber. Materials made of rubber, plastic, and surgical dressings are not sterilized by using hot air oven. Certain things which need to be kept in mind are like glass materials must be wrapped in a clean cloth or filter paper and plugged with a cotton. Articles should not be placed at the floor of the oven, and sufficient space should be there between the articles for uniform distribution of heat. Second technique is moist heat sterilization. This technique is better than dry heat sterilization as steam has more penetrating power as compared to dry heat. Moist steam penetrates pores and capsules of bacteria, ruptures it, and coagulates protoplasmic proteins. This is done by using an autoclave, which is a pressure cooker like instrument in which we pour sufficient water, we put a stand, and on stand we put the object to be sterilized. The heating element at the bottom boils the water and steam generates the pressure inside the cooker or the autoclave. We generally sterilize at 15 psi pressure at a temperature of 115 for 30 minutes, 121 for 15 minutes, 126 for 10 minutes, and 134 for 5 minutes. Materials like oils or powders are not sterilized by using autoclave. We have other moist heat sterilization techniques like tenderlization, which was an official method in British pharmacopoeia in 1932. It is used for medicaments which are unstable at 115 degrees Celsius. In this, material is packed, sealed, and heated at 80 degrees Celsius for 3 successive days. On first day, the vegetative cell dies. On the second day, the spores germinate into vegetative forms and gets killed. This was deleted from BP in 1941 and was replaced by a test with heating with bactericide. Pasteurization, which is a partial sterilization technique used for milk. It kills 97 to 99% microbes but not the spores. It has two techniques: Holder method, in which we heat the material at 62.8 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes, and Flash method, at which we heat for 72 degrees and then suddenly cool to 4 degrees Celsius. And sterilization of vaccines. In case of vaccines, which are a suspension of dead bacteria, organisms are killed in such a manner that its antigenic power is preserved. In this, they are immersed in a thermostatically controlled water bath at a temperature between 55 to 60 degrees Celsius for 1 hour. The third method under physical method of sterilization is radiation sterilization. It can be done by UV light. UV rays are produced by passing low current at high voltage through a mercury vapors in evacuated glass tubes, and the microbial activity of which depends on its wavelength. It is used for sterilization of air in hospitals and in laminar airflow and pharmaceutical industries to provide aseptic environment. And the second method by ionizing radiations. Radiation such as gamma rays, electronic beams, and X-rays are used. Gamma rays are produced by radioactive isotopes such as cobalt-60 or cesium-137, and electronic beams and X-rays are produced by electronic beam accelerators. Out of all these three rays, gamma rays are most commonly used. Coming to the second method, which is chemical methods of sterilization, it includes heating with bactericide. It is used for aqueous solutions which are unstable at high temperature. In this, API is dissolved or suspended in a solution of bactericide and heated at 98 to 100 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. Commonly used bactericides for injectables are chlorocresol and phenylmercuric nitrate, and for eye drops are thiomersal and benzalkonium chloride. Second method is gaseous sterilization. In this, a gaseous chemical is used. Earlier, formaldehyde was used, but now it is replaced by ethylene oxide. It is used for fumigation of empty rooms with infectious diseases. Ethylene oxide is soluble in water and organic solvents and boils at 10.8 degrees Celsius. It is highly flammable and hence is used as a mixture of ethylene oxide or CO2 as a part of 1:9 or a 12% solution of ethylene oxide in dichloro-difluoromethane. Coming to the third method, which is mechanical methods of sterilization, this is basically done by filtration, which is a method which do not kill microbes but removes them. In this, filters of pore size 0.2 to 0.45 microns are used, and since no heat is involved, it is used for filtration of solution which are thermolabile in nature. The first type of filters are called ceramic filters. They are also called candle filters and are made of porcelain or kieselguhr. They have an opening to which a vacuum pump is connected and the pressure is reduced. Due to the pressure difference between outside and inside of the candle, the solution moves into the candle and is filtered. The second type of filters are called sheets filters. They consist of two parts. The lower part holds a perforated disc on which a compressed asbestos sheet is placed, and the upper part for containing the solution. Filtration takes place by applying a negative pressure or a vacuum below the filter bed. The third type of filters are called sintered glass filters. They are made up of borosilicate glass. They comes in variety of pore size and hence are accordingly numbered. The funnel used for bacterial filtration are of number 5 or 3. And the fourth type, membrane filters. They are 0.1 mm thick and are made up of cellulose derivatives like cellulose nitrate, cellulose acetate, polycarbonates, polyvinylidene fluoride, and polyether sulfone. Now, to check whether these sterilization techniques have actually killed all the viable microorganisms or not, we do a validation test called the sterility testing. It is based on a principle that if bacteria, fungi are placed in a medium which provides nutritive material, moisture, pH, and kept at a favorable temperature, the organisms will grow and their presence can be indicated by the turbidity in the original clear medium. Sterility testing is done by two methods. First is membrane filtration, in which we filter the sterilized solution through a filter of pore size 0.45 micron and diameter 47 mm. Then we divide the filter in two halves. The first half we incubate in a solution of soybean casein digest media, and the second half we incubate in a solution of fluid thioglycolate medium for a period of 7 days at 35 to 40 degrees Celsius. The second method is called direct inoculation method, in which a specific quantity which is given in Indian Pharmacopoeia of sample is taken from the container and it is transferred in a culture media and incubated for 14 days. After both the tests, if there is no growth, then the sample passes the test. If there is growth, then it is repeated twice, and even after two tests there is growth seen, then the sample fails the test. So guys, this was all about sterilization. Thanks for watching. I really hope you liked my video, and if you did, like it, share it and subscribe to my channel.